All right, back with our second Monster Hunter Rise video. This is to document what's going on after almost 45 hours of playing this game. I can't believe I played this game for 45 hours. I did not see that coming. But it's been really fun. It's been fun for all the reasons I've talked about, because it's all the things that I like. It's got all the RPG elements that I like in terms of like leveling up and building skills and customizing your character the way you want. And it has the fun of co-op monster beatdowns, which I've always enjoyed. But one thing I said last time was that this game has two alternate tracks that you sort of have to progress down at the same time. One is the multiplayer track, and one is the single player track. And the single player track, they're both basically optional for a while. I mean, I think if you want to beat the game, you do eventually have to do both, but it doesn't force you to do one or the other at any given time, so you can do what I've been doing, which is to mostly play the multiplayer track and collect all the loot and build up your character and get strong, so that I can go back and do the single player track and hopefully be overpowered. So that's what we're going to test today. I've got my one of the things I've done in the last 45 hours is learn a lot more about the pets. And instead of having a dog and a cat, I now have two cats, and they're sort of designed to play specific roles. In this game, they come with names like Bob and Joe, but I've named them Healer and Assist, which are basically their class names, and that way I know who's what and who's doing what, and I can keep track of all the different cats that I have that are playing different roles. I'm wearing this really hideous armor set. It's just a collection of what happens to be the strongest that I happen to have at the time. I'm hoping that when I get into the late game, I'll be able to really find something fashionable. But for now, it's just kind of a hideous thing. And then I have this thing on my back is still a hammer. It looks different from the last hammer I used, but it's still a hammer. I'm still a hammer guy. So I'm hoping that I'm strong enough now that I can do a single player battle and not do so bad. Now, I've done some single player battles before and I've won them, but I've never done a 3-star single player battle, which is what I'm about to do right now. So I've got my equipment, my high level equipment, got my cats, they're good to go. So we're gonna try to beat this guy, a Tetranodon. Before we do, we're going to grab my items, and then we'll head to the quest. And then the first thing we'll do when we get to the quest is we'll eat some food, and then we'll go fight. So, this will be a test right now, this battle, to see just how hard these are on single player. Oh, let's watch this. Alright, now I've actually fought this thing in multiplayer situations quite a few times, so I kind of know how he operates. I know that he has like kind of an armored back, and his soft side is on the front, so you have to kind of run around and try to hit him in the front, which really you ought to be doing anyway. But then he can get you, so it's the classic trade-off there. And then the real question is whether or not these cats are going to be useful at all. One of them is supposed to keep me healed, and one of them is supposed to. One of them is supposed to keep me healed, and one of them is supposed to, like, do certain little assist moves to harass the enemy. So we're just gonna see, you know. I don't have incredible skills at this game, although I'm a lot more experienced than I am the last time I played, last video. But I don't have amazing skills, and we're just gonna see if I can just, in the classic RPG style, just basically outstrength. Overpower him! Ah! Ah! Alright, so he got me with a hit. It wasn't too bad. It is nice to have friends who can draw the aggro. And I think that's one of the things that these little cats of mine are going to do. Alright, let's run away for a minute. So again, it's like I have no idea how much damage is being done or how much left of the fight there is. You just have to keep going. And you can see by when he hit me, the way that it didn't do like enormous damage, that this just isn't really whoa. It's not in the Dark Souls style. I've talked about that last time. Like, these battles are more like live action versions of RPG battles that are kind of about whose resources will last longer, his or mine. So like, he's got a bunch of HP, and I just need to deplete it all and be able to heal and make my resources last long enough. Go, stop! This is my chance and I'm blowing it. Get him. This is my most powerful move. Oh. Alright, now we're going to ride him and try to hurt him by running him into the wall. Okay, that worked a little bit. Oops. No! No! Ah. Alright, is he running away? He's running away. Alright. One of the things that's really fascinating, I haven't really experienced what this game is like when the bosses are really hard, which I know they get much harder in terms of having more HP and being much stronger than this guy is. But one of the things that's so interesting about this game is the way that the arenas work. Like, the arena is the entire map, and basically you can run away anytime you want. as he can. But you can run away anytime you want and, like, you know, try to, like, recover and even go back to, like, your camp and get new equipment and get new items. And it's like, now this is interesting. Another monster has shown up on the scene, so these guys are just going to fight each other. That's fine with me. And I can fight. Very interesting. Okay, let's get him. That's not really so strong. He's running away again. Alright, let me just check to see if there's any pieces or anything. I could just start fighting this monster if I wanted to, but that would not end the quest. So the only way to end the quest is to go back and fight the guy that I'm fighting. So even though I'm doing quite well, this video is taking a pretty long time because the battle is taking a pretty long time. But that's kind of the way this game is. I've got a 50-minute time limit. So if he were so hard that I had to, like, just chip away at him, like beat him up and run away, beat him up and run away, if it was that sort of thing, then I'd be, you know, going up against the time limit. Alright, where is this guy? Is he down here? Yep. All right, now one of my friends is saying that he's weak and on the verge of death. All right, got him. Now, did that make this game look exciting or boring? I don't know. I can't tell. I can tell you that it was very satisfying for me. It was very fun for me to have such a successful battle with this guy. Because the thing is, you know, this is one of these games in the classic RPG style. Like, this would not have been so easy if I hadn't put in all the time, leveling the equipment and getting all the stuff, and, you know, getting my cats built up and just doing all the stuff that I did. All of that sort of came together to make this into an easy fight, that's how I like games to be. You know, I like to be able to put in the preparation time and then the execution is easy, rather than like Sekiro, where there's no substitute for just dying a million times. You know, you probably spend about the same amount of time, you know, either way playing the game, but for some reason I just prefer it this way. So here's all the stuff I've won. It's quite a lot of stuff. It took me 8 minutes and 50 seconds to beat that guy. And now that I know I can beat him, I'll probably fight the rest of these single player battles, at least for the 3 stars or whatever I'm on. and then I'll go back to multiplayer and get even more stronger stuff, and then I'll come back here. So that's how it's going. 45 hours, Monster Hunter Rise. I'm really, really enjoying this. And we'll see how far I go. Will I go 170 hours like with Breath of the Wild? I don't know. But so far, so good.